All right, so I'm Tony Iliano, the founder and CEO of AMC. Started it back in '95.
Rosemary Branch. I'm currently Chief Revenue Officer. I had a bunch of different roles at AMC over the 27 years.
Yeah, it was completely chaotic. I think yes, it's been ever since for all 30 years. No, so we got our start actually as I was at IBM, and I left IBM just because of, at the time, Y2K was starting to become a thing, and a lot of companies were implementing this software called SAP. And so I decided to leave IBM and start basically my own consulting company. So we started doing consulting, and it was really more technical consulting. But at the time, you know, my first project was actually at Altria, at Philip Morris, or it used to be called Philip Morris here, and I was like their lead technical consultant for the SAP software. But I noticed that they were trying to solve all these problems, and one of the problems they were trying to solve was in the contact center. And I could not believe the amount of time and energy and resources and team it took to try to implement a solution that really wasn't really all that great. And so that's when I got the idea. It's kind of a general theme that's led me this whole time, which is basically like, how do you solve these problems that people are presenting? How do you solve like these problems that our customers are presenting? And so when I saw that, I basically on my own time and with a colleague of mine, we built a prototype for what later on, I mean, SAP ended up acquiring that solution. It was really to make it a lot less expensive, a lot more repeatable. And so so that's kind of how we got our start. So it was really as a consulting firm that then started to move into, I realized that we could solve more problems as a software company, not as a services company.
I think I'd probably say I don't think it was really as chaotic. I think for a small company, when I joined, they actually had a lot of processes for the small amount of people that were in place. And doing the consulting, it was interesting to see the company grow, services side of the company, then product side of the company, then now we're kind of back to the services-led, side. So that's been really neat to see start, then morph into, more product and back to services. But yeah, I was really surprised when I came on board for the small amount of people, how much structure they actually had in place.
We built the first product set really to accomplish two things. One, all the other projects to date for contact centers were all just these big professional services projects that would take 6 months to a year to implement. And I didn't think it should take anywhere near that long. And so in this first product that we built, we were able to actually get a contact center implemented in like 2 weeks. With really, it was really hardly any services were necessary, some, but really a much less, a much smaller amount of services. But because of the way this was scaling, because as I mentioned, SAP bought the first contact center solution that we had built. When they bought it, in order for us to continue as a company, I kept ownership of like an area of it. So we decided to keep ownership of all the telephony and all the like the CTI components. And so what that meant is, as SAP was selling it, they had to get us in on every single one of these accounts. So every time they sold it, the company that end customer needed us to actually do the telephony piece. And so that really, I mean, that worked really well. But then what we realized is we were completely overwhelmed, like, because we had so many different customers that we had to address all over the world. And so we wanted to make sure that we built a platform that actually allowed us to be repeatable. So it's not just repeatable for the customer, but repeatable end to end also for us. So we're able to do a lot of really cool things with a very small group. So it's kind of cool.